विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आता आपण सर्व उदाहरण जे आपल्या अकाउंटन्सीच्या पुस्तकात दिलेलं आहे, द सेवन्थ इलुस्ट्रेशन, ते समजून घेऊ. असं पाहायला गेलं तर उदाहरण सोडून दाखवायची तशी काही गरज नाही आहे. नाहीतर मी रजिस्टरवर कशा पद्धतीनं सॉल्व करायचं हे शूट करून मी तुम्हाला दाखवू शकतो. पण तुम्ही ऑलरेडी फायनल अकाउंट्सचे प्रॉब्लेम सोडवलेले आहेत 11वीमध्ये. ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट काय असतं, प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस अकाउंट काय असतं, बॅलन्स शीट काय असते, हाऊ आयटम्स आर पोस्टेड टू ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, profit and loss account. You know these things very well. So, need not to repeat it. So, what is new in this illustration? We will try to understand it so that you can yourself solve this problem in your notebooks. Sapre and Atre are partners sharing profits and losses equally. Means they are equal partners 50-50, 1:1 is their profit sharing ratio. म्हणजे जेव्हा आपल्याला प्रॉफिट सापडेल, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस अकाउंट तयार केल्यानंतर जेव्हा नेट प्रॉफिट सापडेल तेव्हा ते 50-50 वाटून घेतील. फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग ट्रायल बॅलन्स अँड ॲडजस्टमेंट्स प्रिपेअर फायनल अकाउंट्स. ट्रायल बॅलन्स ॲज ऑन 31 मार्च 2019. म्हणजे आपण या तारखेला आहोत सध्या, 31 मार्च 2019. वी आर कन्सर्न विथ द अकाउंटिंग इयर 2018-19. Debit balances, the trial balance is in T form. So, it is rather simpler than the other form, journal form, to understand. The list of debit balances, sundry debtors, asset, purchases, trading account debit side, returns. Debit returns, I mean the returns which are having debit balance are sales returns. Will be deducted from sales. Opening stock, trading account. Land and building is asset. कॅरेज ट्रेडिंग अकाउंटला येईल. फक्त कॅरेज आउटवर्ड येतं प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस अकाउंटला. जस्ट कॅरेज इज टेकन ॲज कॅरेज इनवर्ड, मीन्स द कॅरेज पेड ऑन ब्रिंगिंग द गुड्स इन टू द बिझनेस. परचेस एक्सपेंडिचर इट इज द एक्सपेंडिचर विच इज मेड टू acquire the goods. That expenditure is called direct expenditure. So, expenditure on purchase of goods is direct expenditure. Rent, rates and taxes, indirect, profit and loss account. Drawings are there, Sapre, Atre, will be deducted from capital. Then salaries, profit and loss account, indirect expenditure. Bad debts is loss, profit and loss account debit side. Machinery, some important information is given in the bracket. What is that? Additions on 1st October 2018 of rupees 10,000. Means the amount of machinery we see here is 25,000. I mean at the end of the year the total machinery we are having is of rupees 25,000. Out of 25,000 the machinery of rupees 10,000 was purchased in the middle of the year, that is on 1st October. So out of 25,000 machinery of rupees 10,000 was used for on just 6 months. So while charging depreciation we will have to charge depreciation on this part of machinery which is new one for 6 months, and remaining machinery is old machinery, that is machinery of rupees 15,000. Full depreciation, I mean depreciation for the whole year for 12 months will be charged on that old machinery. Advertisement, indirect expenditure. Provident fund investment, you know that investment is asset, so it will be shown on asset side. Sales revenue, it is trading account credit side. Sundry creditors liability, Sundry income is indirect income, profit and loss account, credit side. Capital is there. Is there current account? No, there is no current account of partners, means this is fluctuating capital method. We can make changes in it. So drawings will be deducted from capital. Provident fund, this is liability. आपल्याकडे जे कर्मचारी एम्प्लॉईज काम करतात त्यांना त्यांच्या अडचणीच्या वेळेला मदत करता यावी म्हणून बिझनेस काय करत असतो, एक फंड क्रिएट करत असतो, निधी जमा करत असतो, पैसे गोळा करत असतो. ते त्यांना न देता स्वतःजवळच ठेवतो. जेव्हा ते अडचणीत असतील तेव्हा त्यांना ते दिले जातात. आणि तशी अडचण नाहीच पडली तर रिटायरमेंटच्या वेळेला त्यांचे पैसे त्यांना दिले जातात. आणि हा जो फंड असतो यामध्ये बिझनेसही पैसे टाकतो आणि जे एम्प्लॉईज आहेत त्यांच्या सॅलरीमधून सुद्धा पैसे कट केले जातात. एनिवे, दिस इज लायबिलिटी. रिटर्न्स. Credit returns means returns having credit balance. They are purchase returns, will be deducted from purchases. Commission pre-received. Pre-received income is liability unless the period for which it is received gets expired. Therefore, it will be shown on liabilities side. Only one effect. RDD, reserve for doubtful debts. Its old RDD will be deducted from new one. This is the trial balance. One item is to be remembered is machinery, where some important crucial information is there in the bracket. Remember it. There is no hidden adjustment in it. Provident fund and provident fund investment are the two items rather new for you. Remember, investment is asset and provident fund is liability. Adjustments now. Closing stock, you know what to do. It's stock of the goods remaining unsold at the end of the year. So it's shown on asset side. It's stock of goods after all, and it will be credited to trading account. Then depreciation, land and building and machinery. Look at this. We will have to see the solution how they have depreciated the machinery, because some care was to be taken while depreciating the machinery. Depreciation on land and building, 5% of 10,000, 5,000, that's right. And depreciation on plant and machinery, 25,000 is the value of machinery at the end of the year, and 10% depreciation on it, we can see the figure 2,000. So as we already have discussed, the old machinery of rupees 15,000, it's 10%, 1,500, and machinery which was purchased in the middle of the year of rupees 10,000, its 10% is 1,000, and for 6 months 500. So 1,500 plus 500, 2,000 is the actual total depreciation on machinery. So 25,000 minus 2,000, 23,000. Okay, they have considered that information, and because of that we can see the correct amount of depreciation. Create provision for bad and doubtful debts at 5% on sundry debtors. This is new RDD, and write off rupees 1,000 for bad debts. These are new bad debts. We will have to first read all the adjustments, because some adjustment may have influence over the previous adjustments. Therefore, we should first go through all the adjustments. Fourth adjustment is about goods worth rupees 3000 were sold. See, we have sold goods but no entry was found in the books of accounts, means the sales were not recorded. So in order to record it, what we can do, we will have to add the sale to the sales. So we can see sales plus unrecorded, total sales 88,000 now for the year, and they have deducted returns from it, as we know. What will be the second effect of it? Even though they have not specified that these sales were on credit basis, it is taken as they were on credit basis. It is assumed that these sales were on credit basis. Therefore, we will have to add 3000 to debtors, because as the goods were sold on credit, the customers who purchased the goods from us on credit become our debtors. So the amount of debtors is increased now because of this crucial information. So we can see sundry debtors 40,000 plus unrecorded debtors which were not recorded, which should have been recorded but not recorded. Now we have recorded it. Now our debtors are of rupees 43,000. So that is the revised figure of debtors, actual figure, correct figure 43,000. So what we have done for that adjustment of unrecorded sales, we have added the sales to the sales in order to arrive at the correct figure of sales for the year, and we have added the amount to debtors assuming that these sales were on credit basis. So the amount of debtors increase. So now we will have to go for the third adjustment, the previous one, because it becomes easier to look at the correct value of debtors after considering the fourth adjustment. So debtors 40,000 plus unrecorded 3,000. Now the total debtors 43,000. New bad debts, by mistake they have printed it now, but actually it's new bad debts 43,000 minus 1,000. Now our debtors are of rupees 43,000, the latest figure. Now we will have to calculate RDD on this figure, the latest figure. So 5% of 42,000 is 2,100. This is important. So 42,000 minus 2,100. In the outer column we see our debtors are now of rupees 39,900. Bad debts and new RDD will be debited to profit and loss account, and new RDD will be deducted from it. Bad debts, old bad debts as they are shown in the trial balance, then new bad debts, then new RDD. The total loss because of debtors for the year is 4,100, and the old RDD will be deducted from it. 4,100 minus 400. The actual loss because of debtors for the year is 3,700. Okay. Now the next adjustment. Outstanding carriage. This is the expenditure of this year for which we have not yet paid. We will have to pay for it obviously next year, but it is the expenditure of this year, therefore it must be included in the current year's expense. Therefore carriage plus outstanding 500, total carriage 1700, and outstanding expenses are liability. We can see it on the liability side. Outstanding carriage 500. Finally, goods worth rupees 8000 were purchased on 31st March 2019. Today, we purchased goods and included in the closing stock, means the closing stock that is given here of rupees 23,000 includes the goods which were purchased today. So, no problem with the closing stock, it is at its correct figure, but not recorded in the books of accounts. We have considered these goods in the closing stock, taken the goods in the closing stock, but we have not recorded that purchase of goods. Again, this purchase is treated as credit purchase. Therefore, we will have to add 8000 to purchases in order to know the correct figure of purchases. Purchases plus unrecorded purchases. So, actual purchases for the year 73,000, but some returns were there of rupees 1500. So, for the year total expense on purchases is just 71,500, not 73,000. Now, what will be the second effect of unrecorded purchases? As we know, these purchases are assumed to be on credit basis. So, the persons from whom we purchase goods on credit become our creditor. So, we will have to add rupees 8000 to the amount of creditors. So, known creditors were 23,000 and unknown till this date, till this moment, unknown creditors were of rupees 8,000. So, total creditors now become of rupees 31,000. This is what something new in adjustment. What was that? Unrecorded purchases and sales. It's not actually new for you. You are already familiar with it. In the previous couple of problems, such adjustments were there, yet you are not yet habitual with such adjustments. And what was there another thing to be noticed? The depreciation on machinery, where we will have to consider the actual usage period of the new machinery which was purchased in this year, 6 months. I hope now you are in a position to solve this problem. I have explained all the information and I have explained in detail all the important information in this problem, important points which are in this problem. Now you go for it, you get the problem solved in your notebook, and when the college starts, show it to me. Thank you very much.